Hey guys, hopefully I can stay live. If not, I'll go closer into town. I wanted to explain my latest post in regards to some breaking news. There we go. So what happened was we were at the store. We don't have signal at the ranch, and Duane is still working on the truck and trailer right now, and we had to go get some more parts for the truck and trailer. So we went into town, and as soon as I got into town, Jason Patrick had called, which is awesome. Only got 4 minutes with him, so it was quick. So if there was more information, I only got the highlighted details. And in those details, he stated he had just filed a motion today for a new trial. Hebrews Henry. No, and let me get this. Okay, I'm back. I apologize. So I'm going closer into town. Hopefully we'll keep a signal now. Yep. Sorry about that. Trying to get into a better location for you. So this is how things transpired. First, I got Jason's call, and from Jason's understanding, all he knows is that he and his attorney finally filed a motion today for a new trial. Nope, do not walk on my lap. And he wanted to make sure everybody else knew, like Duane and Daryl and Jake. So I started making calls while I was in town, knowing that we could only go run and tell Duane as soon as we got to him, because he wasn't going to be able to get our call. There's no signal at the ranch, and he's at the ranch. And then I was able to get a hold of some other people and realized other people knew, like the pertinent people, like Jason's sister, of course. And I knew that from Kelly, calling Kelly Stewart. And so she's gonna, I let her know I tried to contact Roxana Ryan and Jake Ryan, but they're on the road now and they don't have a cell phone. They only have the landline to the house. I talked to Jesse Merrithew, his attorney, to let him know. He seemed to not know anything about it, strangely. Now that I know everybody actually knew. I was actually the last to find out, to tell you the truth. But I also found out through Jason, and Jesse did verify this, Jesse Merrithew being Jake Ryan's attorney, that Jake was planning on severing with his attorney, letting him go so he could be standby counsel, and that Jake can represent himself, go pro se. I was like, well, Jesse, you need to take a look at this motion right now. Talk to Andrew Kolmitz, which is Jason Patrick's attorney, and take a look at these motions. Pizza and Tilly's going to look into it too. He's getting everything off the pacer for me, since I can't seem to access that anymore. I had trouble accessing it months ago and haven't tried again. We're going to take a look at those motions and we're going to get them out. Now, there's some differences here. So that's all I knew on the ground in town. And I spread the word the best I could to Daryl Thorne's primary contact, Mona Cleveland. She definitely is going to make sure that Daryl Thorne is in the loop, even though he's been sentenced. Maybe there is some legal grounds for him joining in still with a new trial, staying his sentencing, even though he'll be in the system still, possibly still living out his sentence. But a new trial is possible if it's approved. Now, what's the basis on? The basis that I understand it, as I understand it from Jason now, and Duane, oh, let me finish telling you how things transpired first, and then I'll get to the basis. So we get back to Duane finally, and I'm yelling, we have good news. And Duane's like, did you know that we filed a motion today for a new trial? And I just looked at him like, how did you know you did that? Like, I mean, he's the client, so of course he knows, but I'm like, wait a minute, I thought just Jason did that. Well, it turns out that he said, well, do you know whose attorney's actually leading the charge in this? And that's Michelle Kohler, his attorney, Duane Ehmer's attorney. So Duane has been working on this for a month. And I mean, there's a little bit that I knew that they were working on, but not exactly what motions were going to be filed and dropped. So Jason doesn't even know that Duane's been involved and his attorney's been involved in leading the charge on this for a while now. Jason didn't even know that. But now I know, okay, so Duane's already been prepared for this. It's done. It's awesome. Now, Duane didn't say that he was also asking for a stay for his sentencing. He didn't say that. I asked him if he did, and he said no, because Judge Anna Brown won't give it to me. I think it should go on the record. Jason is doing that with his sentencing not until February 15th. Jake's sentencing is tomorrow. So it's imperative that the Ryans get a hold of this information like now. But they're on the road. Excuse me, they're on the road, so people are trying to get the information to them. So as soon as they hit the ground, and the first person like Kelly Stewart or somebody that sees them will be informing them immediately. And I don't know where it goes from there. That's all legal and above my head, where everything goes from there. This does not mean that Jake will be able to do an ex parte and get out of sentencing tomorrow. I don't know that. I don't know what he and his attorney will decide. I do not know whether he'll continue to choose to sever or not. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know when Darryl Thorne's going to get the information and how that will impact him. I don't know how this will impact those that pled guilty and are incarcerated like John Ritzheimer and Ryan Payne. I don't know how this is going to continue to impact everybody. Roger Roots is here. Oh my gosh, maybe you can help answer some of the questions of what you think could happen one way or the other. You are really good at, this is the stuff that's way above my head. I don't know what to expect. I've never seen anything like this in the legal system in my life, but then again, I've never been so close to it before. But with everything, so now I'm going to get to the basis as I understand it, and legalese speak, because that's how Jason and I speak on these matters. The basis for filing a new trial is going to be in regards to with relevant information submitted in the motion. Jason said it is submitted in the motion, the Wooten email, and also the risk assessment, the original risk assessment that basically showed that they're all peaceable people and not a threat, or very low threat or no threat at all in some cases. So that's been submitted, and many other, and he couldn't get into all the details, other relevant and pertinent information that gives them a basis to say, hey, stay the sentencing if you can, at least for Jason, right? It may be different for everybody's sentencing at different stages here. Jason's requesting that for sure, that I do know. Stay the sentencing. We need to pause here. We have new information, and it's fluid, and it needs to be further evaluated. So that's basically what they're telling the court. Here's what we know so far, and we're also wanting an investigation, a broader scope investigation in regards to the connections with the FBI investigations, misconduct, and attitudes in Nevada, and how that is also connected to the Oregon trials. So that's what we're looking at being requested and being submitted, and the basis of it's not even all lined up completely. Investigators are on it. It's more along the lines of, we want a timeout, basically a timeout, so we can evaluate this new information that's come through. It's pertinent and relevant enough for these convictions to be reevaluated. Now, how does that work before an appeals process? I don't know. I just know the attorneys are making motions. I just know that there's movement. I don't know what the outcome is going to be, what the judge is going to decide or determine, if she's going to throw it out, if she's going to do what she usually does, Anna Brown, and just call everything irrelevant, and we'll have to continue forward in an appeals court. I don't know what the potential is here. I feel really excited. I mean, super excited. So I'm trying to like calm down, because I know that I don't know what can happen. So I'm trying not to overexcite you guys, even though I am freaking out excited. But I don't know all the pieces of the puzzle yet. I don't know what's going to come of it. I just know these things, and I can share that with you, and that these things are going to have further evaluations. it's going to be looked at closer. How does this impact the others that have pled guilty and have been working at overturning or requesting to overturn their pleas? I don't know. I'm no legal expert, never have been. I can only cite to you guys what happens when it happens. So now I'm stopped. You guys are fine. I'm fine. I'm not holding it. It's in this little mount thingy. I'm just talking to you guys like I'm talking to somebody sitting next to me. You guys, I'm fine. You guys are cute though. I love you guys. Trying to see if there's any statements here that are pertinent that can help me through this process, like Roger Roots or anything. Definitely we need to get to the PACER though. Yes, this absolutely impacts Duane. As a matter of fact, it is his attorney that's been, as Duane just told me, it's been his attorney that's leading the charge. Okay, so I have a message from Joe Ashani. Joe Ashani sent a message, and he has received this video, and he is getting his attorneys on it as well. So he's going to look into what his rights are and see what he can do to join in on these motions, which I think this is where I get really excited. So, very excited for all of these men. Joe, you are so innocent and you need to remain free. It's hard because I don't know how it's all going to play out. I've seen some of the worst in these courts. The appeals maybe they can move faster. Again, this is where the appeals process I'm even less familiar with. I understand that the average appeals are 3 to 4 years. They take a long time, but I did notice that Joe Robertson's was conducted less than a year after his sentencing had even begun. Maybe there is a way to quicken the appeals motions due to probable causes like what they're submitting right now. What else do the defense investigators know in connection to Brett Singh and Daniel P. Love? I don't know, but those are great questions. Their whole strategy is not something I'll be made privy to, obviously. I wouldn't even want to submit that right now because their strategy needs to remain their own, and in court we just know what motions have been filed, and that will go on the PACER, so it will be public, or already may have been made public knowledge through the PACER. So, but any strategy, anything like that, is not an area of expertise for me, nor am I comfortable when I think I understand a part of a strategy. Am I ever comfortable sharing a strategy until it's been submitted in court, and then you can see as it's happening, because things change. It's so fluid too. They may have one strategy and then come up with a better one, and then letting their strategy out early is only helpful for the prosecution. So, but everything will be done in a timely manner according to court ethics and conduct. Of course, the defense has always maintained integrity in court ethics and conduct, but I can tell you what I have observed in both Oregon and Nevada is the prosecution has not maintained court integrity with ethics and codes, and may have even criminally violated the law. Yeah. So this is great news, but these are requests, and we won't know until the coming days how this plays out. So I'm just really, really super excited. Where's Roger Roots? I want Roger Roots in here. Thank you, Joe, for submitting that PM too. I am glad to hear that you're joining in on it. I am sure people will be looking closely at this, like the Ritzheimers. So Rachel, I mean, I was so excited when Jason called me. I was already congratulating him, not for a win or anything, but just that he did this. So, okay, so the recap, I mean, it's kind of up there, but Jason called and he had informed me that he has filed a motion to request a new trial. He has also filed motions to stay his sentencing. He's requesting that others do the same. What he didn't know, and what I came to find out because I was away from Dwayne's working on the vehicle at the ranch and we can't get a hold of each other there, and I was with Cindy getting parts for the truck. We got back to the ranch and he already talked to his attorney before we got there, so he had the same news we had for him. And it's his attorney that's actually been leading the charge in this, he told me. So it's already something that's been in the works and they've been working on for about a month. And so yes, Duane also filed a motion and may have been the first one, and it may be Andrew Coleman that joined Michelle. Andrew Coleman is Jason's attorney and Michelle is Duane's attorney. I talked to Jesse Marithu, who didn't seem to know anything about it, so I suggested he look at the motions from Andrew Coleman, because at that time I only knew about Jason and Andrew Coleman's filing the motion. So I did talk to Jesse Marithu. So from there, but maybe Jesse wasn't just it's possible, because I am an outsider, so it's possible that Jesse didn't want to say too much, which makes a lot of sense. So maybe he knows more than I thought. But I now know he is aware, and if he wasn't for any reason at all, from my understanding though, earlier on, what I did understand from Duane consistently is that the attorneys have been getting together and looking at their Brett Singh and Dan Love connections in emails and conduct closer, and thinking about further evaluations and investigations. And I don't know anything outside those words, but I do know that we're here now today where people, for whatever relevant reasons and details that I don't know about yet, and strategy I wouldn't know about yet, they are filing motions for a new trial. So I'm assuming probably everybody already knows something more than I even think, and that's a good thing. I should be the last one to know. We should be the last ones. But now that motions are being filed, even the prisoners, maybe Jason didn't get word from his attorney that the other attorneys are in on this already, because that's why Jason was telling me, make sure the other guys knows this, because he thinks it should be a joint effort. So I'm making this video in effort to make sure they know this. Joe Ashani didn't seem to know, but now he knows, and he's going to get his attorneys on it. So that's good, because there are other men involved that have been working at overturning their pleas, and this does impact them. This is relevant. This goes back to the risk assessment. I know that, the original risk assessment that they've been withholding. And they have been withholding that. This goes back to the Nevada trials and discoveries and what they've been withholding. Jason also has been evaluating and reading the Nevada trials, some discovery there. I think he meant to say new discovery, but he didn't say it that way, so I'm not positive. And it's relevant. He said it's all relevant, Mo. It's all relevant. So that is what I do now. Everything that's happened in Nevada should help every man involved in Nevada and in Oregon in some way, somehow. They're all at different stages now, except for those that have been acquitted. But those that have been wrongfully either convicted or put under duress and pled under duress now have to do things differently. How that works, what strategy, what legal strategy is available to them, I do not know. It seems they're all thinking and looking for a legal strategy, how this can positively help a continued defense, maybe a new trial, citing that with this new information, that any prior trial, even if they pled guilty, not allowing it to go to trial, this new information is probable cause for a new trial, a new beginning, a reset for some, or some other legal format will take place. I don't know. I'm not a legal expert at all. I think Kelly Stewart is smarter about what's going on in court at this point than me and understands things. And Andrea Parker they're all a lot smarter than I am, but I know this is very positive in different ways for each person. I've known that since the Wooten email came out. I can grasp the concept that once the Wooten email came out, and knowing what I know, what I've seen in court in Oregon, and how those similar forms of misconduct, if not exact forms of misconduct, are things that I have witnessed in the courtroom, in the withholding of evidence, the withholding of information from the jury, the wrongful court etiquette and misconduct from both judge and prosecution, and prosecutorial misconduct. From what I've witnessed, I knew that an expanded or broader scope investigation needed and would be connected to Oregon. I knew that much. So, yes, I know this can impact all of those that have even pled guilty under duress. They certainly have probable cause that they were under duress. The FBI's actions speak loud and clear. The FBI's deception is well known now. So, we have good reason, and maybe more than I don't know about. I don't know what the new discovery shows. I don't know. But I'm told it's extremely relevant, like what Jason Patrick said today. It is extremely relevant. So let's keep them in our prayers. This battle is not over. I am praying this is so significantly impactful and positive for each one of them. I don't know if it'll fizzle out, if it'll stick, if the legal grounds they have are strong. I believe they feel that it is, and they should feel it is, based off what I've seen at least. And what I understand from Oregon alone, by being on the ground myself, I believe that nobody should have ever been convicted, and that any conviction that was made was done unethically and illegally, based off of prosecutorial misconduct and deception and the withholding of evidence. So I believe they have a strong chance. So what we need to do now is pray, because it's still in God's hand. We got to pray for the attorneys. We got to pray for the defendants, that they make decisions that are wise and under God. It's as simple as that. As excited as I am and want to do like backflips in the parking lot of Home Depot, I totally do, because it seems to me we have a platform in which to continue the legal battle for the rest, from Nevada to Oregon, it seems to me. So, prayers, guys. But I'm no expert, so I guess we'll find out what really goes down and how this positively impacts many. Hopefully Roger Roots is on the horn right now, because I didn't see him come back on. I so need his valuable input right now. So I'll probably call him, but he may be already on the horn with many others. So. Okay, guys, we will talk to you guys later, and we'll see how these things play out for these innocent men. Even those convicted were wrongfully convicted, and they are innocent. And I know in Oregon what happened, and they are innocent. The only perpetrators and aggressors were the federal officers and the agents, other agents that they brought into town, and other local law enforcement officers as well. So, law online, me. I don't think I would do anybody any good. I'm mouthy. I've got that going for me, but I forget a lot of things. And so, I'm good for this. That's about all you can get out of me here, is to help get the truth out, even in layman's terms. And that's about all I have for expertise, is the layman's terms. I'm learning as I go, and this is yet another new wow factor. I've never seen anything nor thought that something like this can happen on our soil. But I'm glad that our guys are still fighting. God has given them much strength and much endurance that He has done. So I'll let you guys go for right now. I don't have anything else to add, and I'm sorry I can't answer your really good questions. Some of those questions that are just like, I'd have to be able to predict the future, or I'd have to understand this in more legal terms and experience, and I don't have that. So my apologies, but there's today's news. So no loss for Moe. Thank you, though. I probably would be held in contempt and tased like Mumford. That would be my career. Let's get real here. Moe would be an activist in the courtroom and tased. So that's the truth. I would be in Mumford's shoes. So I think I'm in enough danger out here, willy-nilly. Although, if I were to go to law school, I'd have to work with Mumford, because I would definitely enjoy working with somebody that has the moxie that he has. I'd enjoy learning from someone like him, because I would only want to work with those that are that courageous. But I think that I'd probably spend most of my career in jail and tased, heavily tased to death until they kill me. Advocacy is definitely a role I prefer. It's dangerous enough, trust me. It's dangerous enough to be an attorney. And, oh, no, I'm not that intelligent. No, I'm just like layman's term, maybe common sense intelligence. But to learn new tricks right now at this age, oh no. You guys are so sweet, though. You're blowing my head up. Stop. No, go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. Just stop. I'm kidding. We gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm just so excited, so I'm being goofy right now. When I'm this excited, I'm a little bit goofy. I feel that something is going to, very positive can come from this, even without my expertise, my common sense, But then the worst, I mean, what else can happen? And this is just, layman's terms. I mean, a great thing can come out of this, but then again, 50-50 chance with Judge Anna Brown. She can just throw, because she does what she wants, even if it's unlawful, even if it's unethical, even if it's unconstitutional. That I've learned from her. So she could also just claim irrelevance, apparently, because apparently that works for everything with her. Either redundancy or irrelevance is what she cites most of the time. I'm quite bored of it, but that's what she does. And so she may just cite that and throw everything out, even at her... even if she's cutting her own throat. It doesn't seem to matter to her. I think she thinks because she's retiring, she can do anything. And I understand that even in retirement, you can still be held accountable. Anything with the government, if you've broken the law criminally and then you're investigated, you can be pulled right out of retirement and face the consequences still. It's not that hard to do, actually. I've seen it happen to soldiers, honestly. So judges are not above the law, even if they believe they are. Hid the exculpatory evidence, cheated, intimidated, and threatened defendants, witnesses. This is from Sheila. It is relevant, and the FBI, BLM agents, DOI and DOJ are involved in this too, by the way, as well as the Justice Department, lied, hid, I can never say that word, see, I can't be an attorney because I can't even say, that's why I always just say evidence, I'll be honest. Exculpatory, and I've practiced saying it before, like behind the scenes, I've tried, and I can say it when I'm not on camera better than I can say it on, I don't know why. Exculpatory. I'm practicing on camera now, this is retarded. Exculpatory evidence, I'm saying it wrong still. You guys are gonna have to like help me out. I'm never gonna see. I can't be an attorney. I can't even say that freaking word. But they cheated, intimidated, and threatened defendants, witnesses, and others, just like they did in Nevada. While Judge Brown did all she could to keep the defense from making a defense. All defendants are innocent and should be freed. Yes, Sheila. Maybe a paralegal. Yeah, maybe that. Where I don't have to talk ever. Maybe. Going to watch the replay. Just got here. Please do. she's supposedly going to retire, but not until she's done persecuting our P3. Exculpatory. 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 I'm getting it. That's the right way to say it. Exculpatory. Exculpatory. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Look, you guys see? We learn. I know the trolls are totally going to make fun of this moment, but I'm human. I can't say every word. Not every human can say every word. I know everybody has a word that they're hung up on. Mine is exculpatory. I did. I got it. Finally. You guys helped. It is what it is, guys. We're going to get Moe to say oh, crap. Exculpatory. I can't do it. I am making myself laugh. Thanks. You guys rock. I had it. I'm cured. Oh my god, you guys are awesome. I'm glad that we can make fun of me together. At least we can do that, because the trolls are going to have fun with this one. Moo. I can at least say moo. I can do that one for them. Exculpatory. 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 Like a newscaster is finally learning a new word. Okay. I better let y'all go. That was funny. Anyway, so go get your exculpatory coffee or whatever part of the day you're on. And don't forget to submit your exculpatory evidence in a timely fashion, or else that will be willful withholding of evidence. Exculpatory evidence. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.